Hey, Jesse Lipscomb here, Roadmap Tax Services. You would not believe the fun and surprise I had this morning. I'm giving a workshop talking about Prop 19, having a good time, and lo and behold, knock, knock, knock on the door, and it looks like a SWAT team comes into my office. Now, turns out it was investigators, actual law enforcement from the Franchise Tax Board. Apparently one of my clients had made some bad decisions. But the point of this, and then the reason I'm filming this video, is I believe there are going to be some interesting surprises here in 2021, specifically because last year, 2020, the economy really suffered because of COVID. Therefore, the taxing agencies brought in less revenue, and therefore, as we're coming into recovery, guess what's going to happen? The tax agencies, primarily the Internal Revenue Service, the Franchise Tax Board in California, as well as the EDD, are going to be out trying to make some friends and really collect some money. So let's talk about three scenarios. First, we have the IRS. Okay, we get the annoying scam phone calls about a warrant out for your arrest. That's nonsense. But what's real is if you have an S corporation, C corporation, if you have wages, okay, those payroll withholding, specifically Social Security, Medicare, they are considered trust funds. And if you don't file your quarterly payroll tax returns, or God forbid you don't pay those payroll taxes, the IRS will show up at your door trying to collect those funds. Now, I'm giving you who potentially can visit you and why they'll visit you, but I'm also going to give you solutions. Of all of these, I think the IRS is the easiest to stay in compliance with. Look, a lot of my clients are real estate agents who have set up S corporations. They're one woman corporations. They're one man bands, one man operations. So if you have a corporation and it's just you, that's okay. You still need to file your quarterly payroll tax returns. Even if you're paying yourself zero payroll, go ahead and just file the form. And if you don't know how to, you get QuickBooks Payroll, Gusto Payroll, or work with your favorite tax guy and gal, and they'll help get that done. The next, you have the Franchise Tax Board. Now, FTB in California collects income taxes. They have a special unit called the Criminal Investigative Bureau. Guess what? I didn't even know about them until this morning. Oops. Apparently, they're big into underreporting of income and potential tax fraud, tax evasion. To that end, you have to understand the difference between tax planning and tax fraud. Tax planning is organizing your affairs to lower your tax liabilities, but you're still claiming only the income that you earned, no more, no less, and the actual expenses you had. Tax evasion is where you underreport your income or don't claim your income. And really, the best thing you can do is just, let the truth set you free, but put some planning into it. So in the case of the FTB this morning, the client was a real estate investor, had done some flips throughout 2020, but his income, 2019, but his income really was kind of low. And it's my belief that the FTB did a little bit of research. Whenever you sell a property, whether it's an investment or personal, your escrow company will send out a 1099-S for the entire proceeds of the sale. You sell $1 million home, it's $1 million 1099-S. Let's say you did 5 properties, you did 5 flips of $1 million each. That's $5 million of total proceeds. Now, you may not have made that much money. Maybe you're a bad flipper and you only made $50,000. If the FTB receives $5 million worth of source stocks showing your income and you only claim $50,000, guess what? Come on in. I know, because that was my morning. You'll notice that your favorite tax guy is here talking to you, because as tax professionals, our job is to guide you in the law. It's to help you report your taxes accurately and in the best manner to your situation. But I don't have telepathy, and I don't have the ability to know if you're telling me the truth or not. So it's really puts us in an interesting spot. EDD. Now, the EDD, the Employment Development Division, they're all about unemployment and workers' compensation. AB 5 in California is a new law of 2020. It basically recharacterizes independent contractors as employees, and it's low-hanging fruit. Listen, if you're a yoga studio or a gym or whatever, and you're paying everybody $10.99 as an independent contractor, you got to cut it out, because EDD will come to your location. You'll have a 1099 contractor answering the phones at the front desk, and they'll say, "Oh, so what do you do here?" "Oh, well, I'm one of the employees, one of the instructors," and right then and there, you've just lost. Okay, so best to keep that threat in check. Unless your independent contractors actually have established businesses where they have multiple clients and you're just one of them, it's best to have them as an employee. So what's the learning point today? The learning point is, although it doesn't happen often, sometimes you get a knock on your door. Okay, the very best thing you can do is make sure that you're working with skilled tax professionals to keep that at a minimum to begin with, but also should it happen, like the IRS is pretty easy to overcome. All we do is we file the payroll tax returns that haven't been done. If you owe payroll taxes, well, you submit them in, nice and easy. FTB, be wise to what you're doing. Don't flip properties and think that nobody knows you flipped the property. If you flip a property, you acknowledge the total income, acknowledge the expenses on it, and whatever your profits are, you have. There are planning opportunities, whether that is through a partnership, an S Corp, C Corp, whatever. You may be able to take control of those tax liabilities, but definitely don't underreport. And with the EDD, make sure that if it's an employee, you're paying them as such. Okay, that's all for me. By the way, if you are a real estate agent, want to learn more about Prop 19, San Diego Association of Realtors tomorrow at 10 o'clock will have a new webinar starring me. And otherwise, visit roadmaptax.com if you have any tax questions, and make it a great day. Bye now.